morning, I'm Jerry Ingram with Volunteer Home Mortgage, and I am this morning's sponsor. More about what my business can help with all your mortgage needs is coming up soon. But first things first, let's get over to Wake Up with Witcher, which is coming up next.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
And good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've got a nice, breezy, comfortable start to our day. If you haven't stepped outside yet, well, the wind's probably going to take you back a little bit. But the wind won't last all day long, and this is all wind associated with the remnants of Beryl. We started to see the wind throughout the day yesterday. It's a little breezy and a little gusty. Got a cold front swinging its way through the area, and that's, well, not going to bring us necessarily any rainfall per se, but it is definitely going to bring us increasing comfortable. Refreshing is the word of the day today. Refreshing. I promise you that. It feels good out there now, and it's going to feel amazing as we get into the evening hours. So again, too dry for a fire in the fire pit in the backyard here this evening, but it is definitely going to be a nice evening to enjoy some of that refreshing air on the back patio. Let's talk about the almanac from yesterday. We did make it to 95 degrees yesterday. Officially at McGee-Tyson Airport, picked up 0.07 of an inch of rain in Crossville at 88, made it to 95 in Chattanooga, and Tri-Cities was the hot spot, topping out at 96 degrees with 0.17 of an inch of rain. So some much-needed rain in some areas, but not everybody got in on the activity. Now, notice the slightly cooler temperatures across the Cumberland Plateau. That's that drier air that's starting to creep its way on into the area. Other than that, most of our temperatures are about where we were yesterday. So not a huge change, although the wind makes it feel a little bit more comfortable. But the Cumberland Plateau is definitely way more comfortable this morning, with Knoxville coming in at 75 and Jamestown and Fentress County coming in at 65. Didn't pick up a whole lot of rainfall, as I mentioned yesterday, across the area. So it's going to be a breezy and comfortable start to the day with drier and much more comfortable air throughout the day today. Can I get a big old? Yeah. That's right. That's right. It's going to feel amazing throughout the day today. Now, we'll see a little break from that extreme heat for the next couple of days, but this time of the year, we know it doesn't last long. Like the last several cold fronts we've had, it dries us up for a couple of days, not in the form of rain, but in the form of humidity, and then that heat and humidity really starts to build back in, and that's really going to be the story. The other side of the story is the lack of rainfall. So not looking at a huge threat or a huge opportunity, I should say, for much rain in the forecast. So we're definitely going to be talking about that coming up here in just a little bit. Let's talk about those current wind speeds around the area. By the way, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I see the chat's firing up here, so enjoy that. We'll get back to work with the chat here in just a moment. And if you're joining us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, or through the East Tennessee Weather platform, go over to social media and you can actually add to the conversation and the chat here this morning. We'll be talking about Witcher's Adventures, what's going on later on today, and what's coming up in the next several days as well. All right, so the wind is out of the southwest. Why? Because the cold front hasn't pushed all the way through yet. And they're gusting to about 20, 25 miles per hour in some locations. So we do have some of those stronger wind gusts with us. But as I mentioned, the wind's going to start to slowly fade and back off throughout the day today. So I think this evening will be much calmer, but also much more comfortable than what it was yesterday evening. It was hot for sure. So we start the morning off with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. We'll climb into the upper 70s by lunchtime. That's not bad. That's a great lunch hour to be outside. Now, it's still going to be a little breezy by noon, but as we get into the afternoon, temperatures only make it into the mid to upper 80s. That's like below average by a couple of degrees. Now, when you factor in a little bit of humidity, because we still have a little bit, yes, it's going to feel more seasonable throughout the day today. Our average highs for this time of year are in the upper 80s, and that's how it's going to feel this afternoon. That's going to make, like I said, for a nice evening. By 6, we're at 86, but that heat index value is only going to be 88. 83 by 8, that's going to be so nice. A nice evening after dinner walks are going to be phenomenal today. Now, if the kids are heading off to the pools today or tomorrow, or if you're heading off to the lakes, when you get out of the water, you're going to notice a bit of a chill because the air has dried out a little bit. That evaporating process, that cooling process to our bodies will take place just a little bit quicker, making it feel just a little bit chillier. Here's that frontal boundary. It's sliding its way across the state of Tennessee. Area of low pressure, or rather the remnants of Beryl, continues to work its way off to the north and northeast, and that's going to be the story today and through the day tomorrow. So as the cold front swings on through the area, that's going to bring us increasing drier air from the west and northwest, and that's what's going to make it feel amazing throughout the day today. Notice that we don't have a huge threat or a huge opportunity, rather, for a lot of rainfall at this point of the game. Most of the showers will be over into the Carolinas and parts of the mid-Atlantic. All right, let's take a quick break from the forecast and talk about this morning's Wake Up with the Witcher sponsor. It is Volunteer Home Mortgage. You can visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com or call them at 865-238-7500. Jerry and her team are available 7 days a week. And listen, if you're looking for some sort of a loan, maybe a construction loan, you got to do some construction projects on your house, new home, USDA, non-QM, FHA loans, huge loans. And they don't just offer loans or write loans or help you shop for loans anyways in the state of Tennessee. They actually can do it in the state of Georgia and also Florida if you're looking for maybe some mailbox money. Yeah, that's right, some investment property if you're in the game for that. So give my friends a call today at 865-238-7500 or visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. Give Jerry and her team a call. They're available 7 days a week. All right, let's talk about the rainfall forecast all the way through Friday. Lackluster, right? Most of the rain is going to be across the upper Midwest, the Mid-Atlantic, and the eastern seaboard over the next 3 days. This takes us all the way through Friday. Our rain chances are fairly lackluster over the next 5 to 7 days, so not a huge chance or opportunity for a lot of rain. And from the Weather Prediction Center, you can see that, well, we're just not going to get in on that activity. And we talked about this over the last couple of days, how the U.S. Drought Monitor is likely, well, the drought's likely to worsen around the area. The Climate Prediction Center is talking about it. The National Weather Service is talking about it. And the fact of the matter is if we don't get any rain, that drought will continue to worsen. Now, it comes out at about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we'll give you an update, but it does look like we will see that expansion of a moderate drought, at least in some locations. All right, here's the wind. The wind field associated with the remnants of Beryl. The strongest winds are across the upper Midwest, but you can see through the day today, it's going to swing its way through the Ohio Valley. So if you have any travel plans north and the south on Interstate 75 in the state of Kentucky, those winds will be out of the west. And that's going to bump you around a little bit. So if you drive a high-profile vehicle, a semi-truck, or know anybody that does, if they're driving north and south throughout the afternoon hours, those winds will be out of the west, and that's going to knock them around just a little bit. But again, the wind will start to relax as we get into the evening hours. The other side of the story is not only just the cooler temperatures, the breezy winds, but the drier air that settles in today, tomorrow, and Friday. It's going to feel refreshing. Now, as we get into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, sure, the humidity climbs just a little bit, but that's not really the story because dry air heats up and cools down faster than moist air. And so if the air is a little bit drier, high pressure builds its way back in. We're talking, back to the heat and humidity as we get into the upcoming weekend and the start of next week. Could be some of the hottest temperatures of the year so far with mid to upper 90s. So even more of a reason to get out and enjoy this nice, refreshing air this morning, this evening. Tomorrow morning is going to be amazing. So if you're a walker, a jogger, runner, these are the next couple of days are going to be phenomenal, especially first thing in the morning. But watch this. Okay, so let me show you. Heat index values today, lackluster, null and void across the East Tennessee area. So not expecting a whole lot of heat index values today. But as we get into our Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, they're going to start to creep their way back in. And it is going to be another toasty, roasty weekend. And it may not stop there. The Climate Prediction Center is still predicting the possibility of above average temperatures maybe through the latter part of the month, all the way through the 24th. Now, when we look at rainfall over the next 6 to 10, and not much rainfall expected, but 8 to 14 days out, there are some signals that we may start to get a little bit more rain. But I'm not anticipating at this stage of the game a whole lot. We don't have any major disturbances to swing their way through the area. So make sure you track all the forecasts and all the weather for us here in East Tennessee by downloading the East Tennessee Weather app. If you're new to Wake Up with Witcher, welcome to the program. Now we get to work with conversation, events, and see what's going on. We've got your national holidays, and we'll check in on those T-Dot cameras. Just a quick check, by the way, of that severe weather outlook. Anybody traveling across the country over the next 3 days, we'll see severe weather associated with the remnants of Beryl across the Northeast today, but then it looks like that severe weather potential really begins to fade across the country. So how's everybody doing this morning? Let's talk about some Witcher's adventures yesterday. Had a really important meeting yesterday, so that was good. We also, let's see, I did a little bit of wakeboarding and wake surfing yesterday. Got a chance to get out into the lake for just like an hour or two. Not very long, but it was nice to beat the heat. The water is warm for sure. And then we watched 2 soccer games last night. We've got the Euro Cup 2024, and we've got Copa America. And so we watched 2 soccer games, one at 3, and again, another one at, we paused the one at 3 because I had my meeting. But anyways, we watched one game during the early afternoon, had several friends over, made some dinner, grilled out some hamburgers, had some nice, amazing, by the way, Mexican corn. So good. So good. And then we watched another game last night, and then off to bed everybody went. Those were my adventures yesterday. How about your adventures? Are you having a good morning? Good morning, Katrina. And we got Melanie on here. Chris is joining us this morning. Same with Aaron. Good morning, Aaron. Tell your hubby I said hi. And then Melissa, we got Melissa on here as well. Love that you all say good morning to each other. It's just so nice. It's nice and refreshing. Lee says, good morning, Mike and friends from the golf course. You're working this morning. I would imagine the next couple of days are probably going to be busy on the golf course because it's going to be refreshingly. It's going to feel, it just feels even amazing out there right now. It does keep freezing, does it? I'll have to get with the app developers and see what's going on with that. Maybe it's your internet. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, bud. So stick with me or switch over to YouTube. Or try Roku TV if you happen to have a Roku TV. But if not, switch over to YouTube. See if that does you a little bit better this morning. Layla's got the right idea. Sitting on the back deck, enjoying this refreshing air. Now, again, the humidity is a little bit higher this morning, and temperatures are still in the 70s. So still, we haven't seen the full effects of this cold front yet. But that will take place throughout the day. And that's why this evening is going to be a nice evening, which leads me to tell you that don't forget, I will be broadcasting live on the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page later on this evening from Yeehaw Brewing Company. We do have a big event here tonight, and that's really, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got some nice bluegrass. It's going to be a perfect night for some bluegrass music and whatnot. So let me show you what that looks like. It is the Yeehaw Brewing Company presents the WDVX Summer Nights Series, the concert series. It is tonight. Now, it starts at 7 o'clock. It's going to be perfect weather for some live music in East Tennessee outdoors. We've got the Pro Ramblin' Boys and Wyatt Ellis and Alex Leach duo playing tonight, Americana and bluegrass music. So I'll be broadcasting live out there between 5 and 5:30 on Mike Witcher TV Facebook page. We'll be talking to the folks from WDVX and EHA and talking about the food and the environment and the friends and the music that's going to be going on and why WDVX decided to put this whole concert series on. So join me if you can't make it out tonight, but if you can, it should be a perfect night to do so. Come say hi. We'll be listening to some live music, hanging out with friends and family members. That's going to be perfect. So make sure you check in. And again, remember, I'm also going to be broadcasting from the Granger County Tomato Festival. That would be next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but next weekend I'll be out there. Not quite sure what time. As soon as I nail down the time, I will let you know. But the Witchers will be out at the Granger County Tomatoes Festival next Saturday. So if you're looking for something to do, come on out and enjoy, and say hi and enjoy the festival. If you've never been, it's quite the show. It's quite the show. So lots of stuff going on. Let's see. Good morning, Brian. We've got Kimberly on here as well. Ava, Julie, and sweet friend Lee, Tom, Cody, Mel, and Dr. Tammy. She says, just nailing them all this morning. It's funny. I text the Witcher Weather Watchers yesterday because we have a private Witcher Weather Watchers group. And again, I'll just announce this now. If you've heard me talk about it, it is 100% free to join Witcher's Weather Watchers. You just have to go take the Skywarn Storm Spotter program with the National Weather Service. You can do it virtually. And then you can join our private group where when we get any weather around here besides just hot, sunny, dry weather, if we get severe weather, if we get snowstorms, we've got boots on the ground. And you can join us as well because you'll be able to join on the live program every once in a while during severe weather events as a storm spotter for East Tennessee weather as well as the National Weather Service. So some really cool stuff going on with that. We've not really had to use you all very much. It's been quiet and it's been dry. Cheers. I mean, we've got to embrace it for what it's worth, right? I mean, I know a lot of us don't like the heat, and we don't like the humidity, and it's tough outside. Did you hear about those folks getting hurt yesterday at McKay's because they had some big event? They had to cancel the event because the firefighters had to come through, and folks were passing out because the heat index values were well over 100 degrees. Think about these folks, roofers and pavement workers and trash workers and mail workers and delivery drivers. And, oh, geez, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, there's a huge part of our society that works out every day in the elements, whether it be rain, sleet, snow, or extreme heat. And we praise you folks for doing that because you make our environment, our community, what it is every single day. We wouldn't have the great roads that we have here in East Tennessee if we didn't have workers out there paving them every day. We surely wouldn't be able to get rid of our trash unless you have to take it to the dump yourself if we didn't have the trash folks helping us out every single day. And they're out in the middle of the heat, and it is hot. So if you work in an air-conditioned office or you stay at home, think about these people every once in a while. Maybe if your mail delivery driver or your mail truck driver comes to the house or your UPS driver brings you another box from Amazon. God forbid, right? Maybe offer them. Go get yourself some bottled water, keep them in your house, and hand them off to those folks who are working out in the elements, and just say thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. Thanks, mail delivery driver, for bringing me junk mail and bills. Kimberly says, the wind felt so good this morning. Did you just step outside for just a minute and was like, well, okay, that felt good. I'm going back inside now. Or are you still taking care of like 18 children? It feels good this morning. Feels good. Wendy, good morning to you. Got Cheryl on here. Briscoe's joining us this morning. Good morning. Love the temperatures today, he says. Good morning, Briscoe. Sorry I've not made it back to a meeting yet. Been a little busy. Been out of town. Been on vacation. We'll make it back to a meeting. Oh, tell me about it. Actually, thank goodness for neighbors and thank goodness for folks who actually have the jobs, i.e. I mentioned several jobs. So let's talk about the folks that need to go replace and repair air conditioners this time of year. My neighbor who was over watching the soccer game last night, all of a sudden we're sitting there watching the game and we're like, gosh, it seems kind of hot in here. So what does he do? He's a heating and air unit guy. And so he went out to my heating and air conditioner. And then he disappears over to his house and comes back with a bunch of tools and equipment, and he starts measuring everything. Well, lo and behold, this is twice now in the last week that our air conditioner has not been working. And so this is food for thought for you and your home. Believe it or not, the first time last week, got up to 77 degrees inside the house. He does a little check for it. He goes, I better know the problem. Goes downstairs, and the first thing he checked was the air filter. Lo and behold, it was caked. Took the air filter out, put a new one back in. Air conditioner worked perfectly fine. Well, yesterday, again, 77 degrees inside the house, set to like 72. Goes outside, goes get some tools. What he ended up having to do is my pressures were just fine, but the air conditioner unit itself was extremely dirty. The coils were dirty. So he sprayed some stuff on it, washed it down with some water. Lo and behold, the air conditioner worked just fine. Thank goodness for neighbors, huh? And neighbors with those kind of jobs as well. It always is nice. So thank you, neighbor, Ryan. Let's see. By the way, if you're looking for somebody like that, and you need somebody like that, his company is All Hours Heating and Air. All Hours Heating and Air. His name's Ryden Gordon. Give him a shout out if you need help and service on your heating and air conditioner. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, Eva. No issues whatsoever. Actually, if they're coming back from Nashville today, they're going to have a nice little tailwind. Depending on what time they're coming back. But if they're chasing the cold front, they're going to have a nice little tailwind on the interstate. It's going to push them right along, just like airplanes. They'll save a little bit of money in gas, I suppose. Good morning, Tom. How are you, buddy? You want the heat to go away? I know. But it's going to be back. There we go. Jerry's got the right idea, just like Layla. Sitting outside on the porch with a cup of coffee, listening to Witcher. Sounds like a terrible day listening to me, but the outside porch sounds amazing. Yeah, there we go. I love it, Mel. No whammy, no whammy, no heat wave, no whammy, whammy. Ah, love that show. That was the best show, wasn't it? Good morning, Becky. How are you this morning? Thanks for joining us for Wake Up with Witcher this morning. Again, Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning. That's when we start. Yeah, Whitecap. So yesterday, as the wind started to increase, when I went out on the lake, it was glass yesterday. And then as we were getting off the lake and done wakeboarding, it was starting to get a little rough out there. So the wind is definitely going to be pushing those lakes around, isn't it? Oh, okay, so Debbie, that's if you go to the app and you click on Witcher's Pictures, that does take you to upload a photo. If you want to check out other people's Witcher's Pictures, I do post them up online at easttnweather.com. Just scroll down on the main page to the bottom, and that will get you a little bit more of that of folks putting those on. Speaking of Witcher's Pictures, got some great ones coming in this morning. How about this one? This one goes out to Kimberly. Let's get that on the screen, shall we? Kimberly, there we go. Kimberly and one of your granddaughters, I'm assuming, uploaded that one to Witcher's Pictures link. So let's see what she says on that. Because you can write some of that. These are my only two granddaughters, Mia and Lily. Well, where's the other one? Where's the other one, Kimberly? I only see one. I don't think that's the granddaughter. I think that's you. Could be totally wrong, but I think that's you. Here's a cool shot. How about this one? This one's called Behind the Lens. This one is on Witcher's Pictures, coming in from Elaine Ombre. She is an amazing photographer. She always posts on my social media. And so, Elaine, if you're joining us this morning, thanks for posting it to Witcher's Pictures. So I need to build these and get these updated and uploaded to the Witcher's Pictures on easttnweather.com. I'm sorry, I've been slacking on some of the pictures. I will start to upload more photos because I just showed them to you live right here, so it's kind of nice to see. How about this one? This one's a cool one. This one's a great one. Look at this. Look at that. Okay, so this one is from Ross, who also is a Witcher weather watcher. This is from Myrtle Beach. Early this morning, 7:10. Ross, that's amazing. Look at that. You can see the shadow. See the shadow from the sun and the clouds? That's what that is. Let me make the picture a little bit smaller, give you better perspective. There we go. Isn't that cool, that shadow? That's why you don't see the wispiness in the clouds. That's a cool one. Here's another great one from Ross. Also this morning. Ooh, great color in the sky from Myrtle Beach. Now that looks refreshing. That looks just amazing. Ross, thanks for sharing those photos. Whoo. Anybody want to go to the beach? Anybody want to take a... I mean, that just looks comfortable. It looks peaceful and serene with some ominous clouds off in the distance, that's for sure. And we've got another great one coming in from Ross. Ross is just outdoing himself this morning. How about this cool one? That's a cool one. So Ross is over into Myrtle Beach. And again, those ominous looking clouds out there are associated with the showers. Look at that. Come down to Myrtle Beach. There we go. If you loop this over last hour, you can kind of see the direction it's moving. So Myrtle Beach may get a couple of showers, but definitely some dark looking clouds, isn't it? Ross, thanks for sharing that with us. But cool shot there. All right, Felicia's loving these morning temps. So, Debbie, I hope I answered your question. Ooh, there we go. Monica says, camping was wonderful over the 4th in Sevierville. Hot, but if you have a nice camper with AC in it, not so bad. But I'm sure camping was a little bit on the sweatier side. 2 years, Tom. 2 years is the next World Cup. And you better believe it. Like when soccer is on and these professional tournaments are on, especially the World Cup, I will watch every single game. and there's a lot of games during the World Cup. There are some good sports. Everybody watch are you going to be watching the Summer Olympics? Do you like the Summer Olympics? Hey, you know what time it is? We haven't done this yet. All right, my friends, it's time now for your national holidays. I know every time I play this music, you guys are all wanting to dance, aren't you? Every single time. Because why would you not? All right, let's go to the national holidays. How about that? National holidays, Chronic Disease Day. See what it says on that. On July 10th, we spread awareness on Chronic Disease Day to educate and advocate for people who live with a chronic health conditions every day. Our hope is to raise awareness, to be supportive for anyone suffering from a chronic disease. Amen to that. Chronic Disease Awareness Day. It is National Pina Colada Day. I don't need to click on that. It's National Pina Colada Day. Sounds pretty good. National Kitten Day. Do you have kittens? Do you like kittens? Don't kittens just make you just smile? Now, kittens make me smile. But cats, not so much. I'm not a cat fan. My kids have been begging for a cat. Well, they've been begging for a kitten. I said, yeah, but kittens grow up to be cats. And I am not a cat fan. I had a cat once. I had a kitten once. Grew up to be a cat. And I couldn't do it. The thing like clawed me to death. It was mean. Kind of ruined me for cats. And it's National Clara Hugh Day. Anybody know what that is? Let's find out what Clara Hugh Day is. If I'm even saying the word right, so don't judge me. On July 10th each year, National Clara Hugh Day is the United States celebrates a poem style created by Edmund Clara Hugh Bentley. His 4-line biographical poem offers a brief, thorough, whimsical approach to poetry. Clara Hugh must-haves. 4 lines, rhyming couplets of AABB, a person's name in the first line, something said about the person, humor because Clara Hugh poems are meant to be funny, a funny poem. So Sir Humphrey Davy, abandonment, abominated gravy, he lived in the odium of having discovered sodium. Okay, with that said, let's wrap that one up. I don't know. By the way, there's no traffic issues out this morning. If you are joining us this morning, want to hit the road, that's a live look there at 40 and Walker Springs. The traffic is running smoothly, as it typically does during the summer months. I typically don't show it because there's just not much to show you here this morning. Oh, there we go. Your hubby works outside and your son has been working outside, and so they're thankful for this break in the heat and humidity, as everybody should be. The wind feels so good, like being at the beach. Ooh, there we go. That's true. That's true. Whoa, Buck, wait, whoa. This is amazing. We saved a little kid from the Boys and Girls Club in Williamsburg, Kentucky water park. That's right. You said you were going to Williamsburg, Kentucky water park. 60% of people don't know how to swim. That is mind-blowing to me. I have several friends that don't know how to swim, and it is mind-blowing to me. That's what I want to say. Send your children to the YMCA or swim lessons, please. I never want to see another kid or adult drowned. Amen to that. Well said, sir. Well said. It is mind-blowing to me. Now, I took swimming lessons as a little kid, and I went through all of the lessons. So, I learned how to tread water for 30 minutes. I learned how to get into the water and turn your clothes into a floating device. You take off your pants and your shirt, and you grab the air, and you tie it up, and then you can use that as a little bit of a floating device. I think swimming is super important, especially here in East Tennessee, where we have so much water. And again, make sure you abide by the rules of the lake, right? If you are heading off to the lakes. But it can happen in your backyard swimming pools. So well said, Buck, this morning. Well said. Will I be at the Granger County Tomato Festival Friday? No, I think I'm just Saturday. I believe. I believe just Saturday. Aaron, come on out. You can make it. You can just bring your girlfriends, tell the hubby that you're having girls' night again. Or just bring the hub. Just grab the family and come out. What else are you going to be doing? We had Elise out last time. We had Tina. Let's see. We had Julie out last time. Julie and her husband. I had several friends there. Yeah, it was a good time. But tonight's going to be even better. Good morning, Renee. Let's see, who else do we have here? Kat joined us this morning. Good morning, Sunshine. How are you this morning? Absolutely. That goes without saying, I think, during the summer heat. Because, again, I was just sitting in the house. We were just watching soccer, and the house got up to 77 degrees pretty quickly. All of a sudden, we're all sweating inside the house going, what's going on here? So, yeah, it's super important because they may not notice the difference as much as you and I would. And it may be heating up their house, and maybe they're they can't leave the house. It's windy everywhere. Well, you know. Oh. Mel says, hats off to the folks who do that work. Amen. We're talking trash, folks. I haven't heard back from TAP, so maybe I'll try to reach out to them today. I'm actually this morning, here in just a little bit, so we'll probably have to wrap things up here in a little bit. But I am headed to the United Methodist Church off of Middlebrook. I don't have the name on here, but I'm going to talk to a group of church folks here today. Talk about weather, East Tennessee weather, and just answer a lot of questions that they may have. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Amen to that, Roseanne. Absolutely take care of your pets. I was going to actually show this yesterday during the broadcast, but in the morning hours, it's not that big of a difference. But in the afternoon, I looked at the pavement temperatures yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday when it was hot? And pavement temperatures were pushing 130 degrees. So think about your pets when you take them out for a walk, right? That asphalt, you have shoes on. They don't have shoes on. So you got to think about your pets and walking them maybe on the grass during this extreme heat when the pavement gets up to 130 degrees. Mowing your yard in the wind is probably not a big deal. Trimming the yard, edging the yard in the wind, may blow it all over the place. My yard does not need to be mowed. It has not been mowed in 4 weeks, and it still doesn't need to be mowed. But we don't have a sprinkler system, so. Hey, by the way, it's 7:35. Oh, that's a good idea. Change your air filters in the cars, too. That will probably help your air conditioner unit. Absolutely. We're thankful, too. No, I don't know these things, Mel. Now I know these things. This is why when you get older, you become wise, because now I know these things. And I know to change it like every 3 to 6 months. I do know that. Well, even the ones inside your house, you got to change. Otherwise, even the big one downstairs in the basement in the unit, we're talking about the filters of the air conditioner, if you didn't see that on the page, that needs to be changed. But, of course, the ones on the inside of your house. So now I got to go through and check all the other ones. Make sure they're all up and running so the air conditioner unit runs efficiently. I will 100% send that to you. Sure, Kat. Absolutely. Small, local, and he's on it every day. Oh, yeah, don't forget about the sunflower celebration in South Knoxville this Saturday morning and the Circus Under the Moon Saturday night at Imes if you're looking for something to do. Agreed. Yes, do. If you got to do any outside chores today, maybe you need to clean out your garage. Today or tomorrow are going to be perfect days to do that. Go to the festival on Friday. Granger County's not close to me, you know. Well, we'll see what we can do. I'll be heading there on Saturday, as far as I know, due to a new sponsorship that's coming aboard here on the 15th. That, of course, we'll be talking about, and you'll notice in the coming days. Tiffany says, "Good morning, Mike and everybody. It feels amazing outside." Yes, it does. I need to open the door to the studio. Just let some of this fresh air in. Thanks, Ross, for sharing all those photos with us. Tom misses the ocean. There we go. If you're a cruiser, I want to go on a cruise again, although we just had a friend get off a cruise. She said it was fun, but being packed on the ship, yeah, probably a little bit much for her. I didn't mind it so much, but then again, the last time I took a cruise was 16 years ago. There you go, Monica. Yeah, it feels amazing. Oh, have you noticed? Mel says, "Sign me up for pina coladas and kittens." Probably a good day, right? I was just going to say something. Now I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Well, I love Casper too. I just don't want a cat in my house. You're not a dog lover. You're a cat lover, are you? I can see that. Not in a bad way. I can see that, though. I feel like you're on like one side of the fence or the other. There's two extremes for cat and dog lovers, I feel like. It's a love-hate, I think. I think there's very few people that are like, hey, I know several people that have both. Actually, our friend has two, a dog and a cat, and they get along well. Okay, fine, Aaron. I'll next month. How about next month? Will you be able to make it in August? Well, can you believe we're even talking about August? Working out this week. That's been my goal this week, Lee, is merchandise for East Tennessee weather. So we're still working on it. I'll have probably more of an answer for you on Friday to let you know what has officially been ordered to come to me, at which point it can come to you. So they are, and of course, the Witcher Weather Watchers, it is free. Part of being a part of the group. Still working on it, Heidi, but Taps in Sweetwater looks like it's going to be the next meet and greet. So Taps in Sweetwater, in downtown Sweetwater. If you've never been to downtown Sweetwater, maybe it'd be a good time to come out to the meet and greet. Still waiting to hear back from them. I'll have to just give them a call. And see what's going on. We were trying to get through the holiday. They were busy with getting ready for the holiday. And so they were like, yeah, we'll be in touch after the holiday. Nice gaming gamer. Todd Howell's the best, isn't he? He's a great guy. He says, when I was watching Fox 43 p.m. at 6:30, Todd Howell, he takes his tie off. And no tie in July. I've not worn a tie for quite some time now, and it's actually quite refreshing. I hope it's refreshing for you as well. All right. I hope you do. I'd like to meet you. All right. Well, it's 6:41. I guess that's about the extent of it. Nothing going on. National holidays. We could walk you through the forecast. Again, I will continue to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel like I always do. And as we do so, if you missed some of the forecasts, you'll be able to check that out because I'll send you right back to the 24-hour channel and right back to the top of it where, of course, you'll get a full weather forecast. We talk about the wind. We're going to talk about the lack of rain. We're talking about the heat building on in. We're talking about that refreshing air. It feels refreshing outside this morning. Embrace today and tomorrow for what it is. Get outside. Send me a selfie. on social media that you're just kicking back and relaxing the nice, refreshing air. Now, again, the air will continue to be a little bit more refreshing this evening than what it is this morning. Tomorrow morning is going to be fantastic. Tomorrow afternoon is not going to be bad. But boy, those temperatures are going to really start to heat up as we get into next week. Thanks for joining me on Wake Up with Witcher on this Wednesday edition. It's Hump Day! Sorry if I just blew your ears out. Try to be all nice, relaxing, and calm, and then I just blurt something out like that. Anyways, I'll be posting photos later on today on social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, share everything on social media. It really helps everything out, and it gets the platform out there even more so. Everything that East Tennessee Weather is doing has been all organic for the last 8.5 to 9 months now? How many months has it been? Last October. You do the math on that one. I don't have time. We're going to wrap things up this morning. Hey, thanks for being a part of my day, and thanks for letting me be a part of your day. It's a blessing, my friends. Be safe and be kind to each other. Life is short. I hope to see you tonight at Yeehaw Brewing Company. And don't forget that this morning's Wake Up with the Witcher is sponsored by Volunteer Home Mortgage. Give my friends a call at 865-238-7500. Jerry and her team are available 7 days a week. If you do a refi, if you're looking for some mailbox money, or maybe looking to build a new home or repair your home, they can definitely help you out. So give them a call today. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for Wake Up with Witcher. Have a great day.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. It's going to be a beautiful and refreshing day around East Tennessee. We're talking, more sunshine, a bit of a breeze, and, much more comfortable weather. Considering yesterday we made it to 95 degrees, it's going to be, much cooler today. 88 in Crossville, 95 in Chattanooga, and 96 degrees in Tri-Cities. Didn't pick up a whole lot of rainfall yesterday, and we're really not going to see a whole lot of rainfall for the next couple of days. So your forecast for the day today, breezy and comfortable start with drier and much more comfortable air on the way. The heat will still, we're going to take a little break here over the next couple of days. But the rain showers, pretty lackluster in the rainfall department, not looking at a whole lot. Now, remember the breeze that we had yesterday? That was all wind associated with Beryl, and that's what's going to be with us here throughout the day today. So it's going to be breezier and gustier this morning, and the winds will slowly relax as we head into the afternoon and evening hours as Beryl moves its way on out of here. Temperature-wise, great. It's going to feel amazing. Now, it's a little bit warmer and humid this morning, but the air will dry out. Temperatures will only make it into the upper 70s as we get into the lunch hour. Our goal today is going to be in the mid to upper 80s. More seasonable weather is on the way. And when you factor in a little bit of moisture in the atmosphere, when we're talking heat index values, only add a couple of degrees on top of the air temperature, and that's really about the extent of it. So 86 by 6, but feeling like 88. Not bad. 83 by 8, feeling like 85, and then 76 degrees by 10 o'clock here tonight, which makes for a very comfortable start to our day tomorrow. And here's the culprit. Area of low pressure, or rather the remnants of Beryl, continues to move its way into the upper Midwest. Cold front swinging its way into the area. On the backside of that, we'll get that drier air to set up shop. And again, that's going to be the story throughout the day. Air starts to dry out, wind starts to back off as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. Not a ton of rainfall. This takes us all the way through Friday. Watch this. We're just not really going to add up a whole lot of rainfall around the area. So next 7 days, pretty lackluster in the rainfall department. I know, we need the rain terribly bad. But over the next 7 days, really not looking at a whole lot of rainfall here around town. Heaviest rain is going to be across the Great Lakes in the Northeast. That's all associated with Beryl. Remember the wind I was talking about? Watch this. I showed you the winds throughout the day, but watch as this storm system slides its way to the north and northeast. Yes, we're going to have the wind out of the west-northwest throughout the day today. A little breezy, a little gusty. But as Beryl continues to track its way on out of here, notice the winds start to relax as we get into the evening hours, and that's going to be the story for the next couple of days as well. Dew points drop throughout the day today and stay on the drier side Thursday, Friday. That's going to be refreshing considering this extreme heat and humidity that we've had. But as the last couple of cold fronts have come on through, same as this one, it's short-lived. Dew points start to climb, but it's not just the dew points, it's those temperatures. Look at our high temperatures. We're going to climb into the mid to possibly upper 90s through the weekend and into the start of next week. And the reason why we're able to climb into the mid to upper 90s if this were to take place is due to the fact that the air is going to be a little bit on the drier side. Not quite as humid because hot air, or moist air I should say, heats up and cools down slower than dry air. So again, no heat index values really that we're going to be continuing with throughout the day today, but watch as they start to creep their way back in as we get into our Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday time frame. So that's why you got to embrace and enjoy this beautiful weather pattern that we're enjoying right now. Temperature-wise, yeah, over the next, 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 days out, it definitely looks like the possibility of staying above average when it comes to high temperatures. And rainfall amounts, yeah, we may start to see a little bit more rain creeping in, closer to the 18th to the 24th, but I'm not expecting a whole lot of activity. So make sure you stay on top of the latest forecast. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's 100% free. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word, to check in on those futurecast winds, current conditions, day part 7 days, your daily forecast, and of course your 1 Minute with Witcher, plus access to the only 24-hour weather channel right here in East Tennessee. All right, we sure hope you have a great day. Another update coming up today at noon. Hope you check back in.